Hello and welcome to Shanmugam IAS Academy. This is Ashwin. I welcome you all for current events of the day. The topics for today's discussion are vehicle scrappage policy, Sachin Vai's case, Pew Research study on poverty in India, the issue of public trust on ECI, that is Election Commission of India. So these are the four important topics. We are going to see these topics on mains as well as prelims perspective. So let us take up the first one, that is vehicle scrappage policy and the challenges and suggestions implementing in the vehicle scrappage policy. See, vehicle scrappage is a thing which has been done in so many countries to reduce the pollution by the age or old vehicles. So these old vehicles should be crashed and this vehicle should not be used in the environment. So this vehicle scrappage thing has been done in so many areas in the country of China. So now to control the climate change, to control the pollution happening in India, the Indian government also going to implement this vehicle scrappage policy, and through this policy we are going to reduce all the polluting and age-old vehicles under scrappage by 2022. It will require another year to identify junk heavy commercial vehicles through compulsory fitness checks and other vehicles by 2024. So it has been set into a target to control the pollution and aging vehicles. Vehicle scrappage and replacement are viewed internationally as a path to revive COVID-19 affected economies by favoring green technologies, notably electric vehicles. So we are moving towards green technologies. We are imposing green tax. So the vehicles which are causing and the vehicles which are more than 15 years old are imposed a tax called green tax other than road tax. So these are the things which has been signed in the Paris Agreement. Also, we have discussed everything. If you have watched the current affairs regularly, so please watch the current affairs which is releasing by us day to day. So what is the challenge? Firstly, states must support this step by providing road tax. Yes, states should support, and registration discounts they should give. Secondly, center has the difficult task of making sure that the scrappage plan gets the state support. So if the states are ready to support, the center will arrange this policy and scrappage in industries to do this process. Thirdly, 1.7 million heavy commercial vehicles do not have fitness certificates. So we have to give the fitness certificates and we have to get the fitness certificates after issuance or the vehicles on road. So every manufacturing company will be knowing that this engine will be working for this much without causing any environmental pollutions or much environmental pollution things. So this fitness certificate should be given with the government to scrap. The fourth, fitness testing will be a difficult task. There is a requirement for a huge and reliable system of automated fitness checking infrastructure. At this is infrastructure we are lacking. Okay, this is being as a one biggest challenge to implement this scrappage policy. So please make a note on it because we are moving towards a global climate reduction. So these are all the important things. The automobile industry is important because it has about 7.5% to the GDP. The center has to arrive at balanced solution and incentivize the manufacturers of the fuel efficient vehicles, that is e-vehicles. States and centers should approach e-vehicles and fuel efficient vehicles manufacturers. So then only this commodities will increase, we can reduce the pollution. Implementation of very high standards and increased taxes on fuel consumers without prioritizing fuel efficiency is not correct. It will only repeat the mistakes of vehicle exchange programs abroad. They failed to realize full environmental benefits and taxpayers ended up subsidizing inefficiency. Ecological scrapping as a concept must lead to high rates of materials recovery, reduced air pollution, mining and pressure on the environment. These are all the theoretical things you have to please have in mind to write in exam. So let us take up an interesting topic which is very useful for our day-to-day life also. Sachin Vai's case, the issue of right to legal counsel in custody. So the days before we have seen that there is a person with some kind of dangerous equipments like bombs and other kind of materials which causing danger to a human life. So that person was staying in the car near Mr. Ambani's home. So this, after some days, that person was killed. So there was a inspector or a police general was involved in that case. His name is Sachin Weiss. Based on that, he has been arrested by this National Investigation Agency, NIA. So this investigation agency has arrested this uh, police officer, Mumbai policeman. The NIA recently claimed in Mumbai court that Sachin Weiss has not been cooperating in the interrogation. So this police officer is not cooperating with the NIA. He has sought his lawyer's presence during the questioning. So it was a question on our investigation as per the report of National Investigation Agency. So let us discuss what is access to a lawyer, the right of an accused. What is that? Around the world, arrestees are given various rights. We all know that we are living in a democratic world. Some of the countries are following autocracy, but most of the countries are following democratic rules. So we are having some various rights to the arrestees. It protects the accused from the use of forced methods like torture to make self-incriminating statements. It should not do anything. Any government should not do that, because self-incriminating is a wrong thing. For example, in US, under Miranda warning, a police officer needs to inform the following rights to us accused. It is a rule which has been implemented by the US government, based on which the police officers should explain the rights of the accused. The right to remain silent. He have to be very silent, and anything you say can and will be used against you in court of law. These are all the things will be told to the arrestee by the police. The right to speak to an attorney, to have an attorney present during any questioning. So in India, we are having so many various legal rights, that is cannot testify against himself. Article 20 clause 3 says about it. Right to know the grounds of arrest. What is the reason behind why I got arrested? It should be known by the accused. So article 22 clause 1 says about it. Right to consult a lawyer. It is section 41D of Criminal Procedure Code. Section 41D of Criminal Procedure Code allows the accused to be able to consult with their lawyers during their interrogation. So Pew research study on poverty in India. So Pew is a research study. Pew is a research organization which has been identified poverty existing in India based on the reports of World Bank's database. We have pushed to and pulled to the different kind of situation in the COVID-19. So this situation has been identified by the World Bank, and this database of World Bank was given to the Pew research study. So based on the research, the highlights were given. Widening inequality in India, because lower income in higher income people were living in India because of lockdown. Both of them were lived, and lower income people are not even able to get the food they need. But higher income people have their money in their bank or any kind of asset, liquid asset, so they were lived happily. So this situation didn't help the low income people, so it widened the inequality in India. The physical measures taken by the government is also not a fulfilled one to cut down the relative aspects of lower income people and higher income people. The National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme's record level of demand is proof of increasing poverty in India. So it is also one thing. The issue of public trust on Election Commission or Election Commission of India. The public trust gained by the Election Commission of India over the years is reducing. It is due to an increasing doubt over the fairness of the polls. So we used to say a lot of news. We used to say a lot of disengagement and manifestations in medias, in which they say the election is not going in this panchayat in a right manner. There is a lot of false polls. There are a lot of extra things are happening, like malpractices in the electronic voter machine. So these are all the things happening. So government also has introduced VVPAT, Portal Verifiable Paper Audit. So this thing is taken up by the Election Commission of India. So likewise, we have to discuss why the trust is being less or reduced, and why the people are thinking like this. the integrity and inclusiveness of the electoral rules, criminalization in politics, the use of financial power, compliance with the model code of conduct, the role of media in conducting elections. So these are the critical aspects in which people are getting doubt on Election Commission of India. What are the important revelations made in the report? Since 2019 Lok Sabha elections have grave doubts have been raised around the fairness of the polls. The Election Commission of India has failed to perform its duties. The report has stated reasons. The report says that exclusion of marginalized groups from voters list. So most of the marginalized groups who are living in India are neglected to vote. So they are disregarded it. The opacity of electoral bonds. So electoral bonds, the opacity, the transparency of the electoral bonds was not given in the RTI Act also. The power of big money in winning elections. So these all are the things leads to electoral autocracy in India, and the report says about the Election Commission of India. Why the public trust on Election Commission is eroding now? Election Commission of India remains toothless against electoral offences. For example, during 2019 election, the Election Commission gave clean chits to politicians despite proactive political statement during campaigning. So here, not only in the poll booth, the Election Commission of India should focus on the campaigning also, because so many disengagements and disagreeable things are happening in the campaign also. So the government should focus on that. Second, lack of transparency and accountability. For example, the earlier chief election commissioners used to proactively engage with citizens commission on elections to discuss its reports, but currently there has been no response from the Election Commission. So these all are the eroding things of Election Commission of India. So with this we wind up today's session. We are having only 96 days from today for 2021 prelims examination. Thank you for watching. Let us meet you on tomorrow's session. Thank you.